It's me, Bug Out. I got the headgear on because I'm cold. It's very cold here in Lubbock. And so I'm sitting out here having my coffee this morning, and I popped into a couple live streams and everything, and you know, made some comments on some videos that come up overnight, especially those who have fascinations with Barbie. You know who you are. I'm not gonna call out no names. And I was thinking, you know, where are there gaps in knowledge in the prepping community? And I've found several. So I'm going to start a series of videos on that. And actually, for any new preppers, anybody that may not know this or even might have thought about it but wasn't sure about it, I'm going to tell you this right now. Hold on. I got this journal book. Really nice. My mom got it for me for Christmas. It's for 2024. And I'm going to use it as a multi-purpose playbook. As a playbook. I suggest for starting off in 2024, if you do not have this, and you can be a spiral notebook, you know, something that can be kept together, and where you're lacking in your preparations, and I'm talking about the whole pie, you know, you're going to write down in your book, and those are going to be your goals for the year. If it's food, if it's bushcrafting, if it's hunting, fishing, gaming, not video gaming, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Write it down. If you have a panicky moment, write it down in your book and find solutions. See, we're about finding solutions in this community. Now, on occasion, there'll be some panic and some fear out there, and when you see everybody in the community tripping on one thing, you know that it's got some truths to it somewhere and to take heed. But we all have different outlooks, and that's how you learn. That's how you become well-rounded. So there's gaps in knowledge on how things work, and one of the things also that I'd seen is the just the sheer blindness of what some people who are new to prepping feel as if it's an urgency. That content is made to cause you to feel the panic and the urgency. But why? Maybe because you're lacking in that area. So don't panic. Write your list, throw your pros and cons in the area that's caused you to like, I'm tripping. And see what you can do about that. And it's going to be baby steps. You know, I was told when I was younger, man, I wanted the 2 cars, the double car garage, the house, 3 bedrooms, all that stuff. And I come out the box, just like, boom, gun-ho, I'm going to get all that. But what I didn't realize is that it had taken my parents a lifetime just about to buy and pay for and actually own what they had. So prepping is, unless you win the freaking lottery, okay, or max out all your credit cards and close out your bank account and spend every last bit of it on prepping and survival gear. But if you don't know how to use this stuff, it ain't gonna do you no good. So you're gonna start small, okay? And that's all right. Something is better than nothing. Some of the things that I suggest starting small is have you a good knife, a good bushcraft knife. It might be a little bit on the expensive end, but I wouldn't spend no more than $25, $30 on something like that. Because the knife can only get you so far if your skills suck at handling a knife. And I'm a knife handler. I love knives. I've got all kinds of freaking knives. I got Bowie knives, open knives, straight knives, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to use a lot of proper terms. I'm just going to speak freaking regular English, hopefully that you can understand. You know, you want to have that. You want to know how to start a fire. Ultimately, and I'm far from it, I can't take two sticks and rub them together. I just can't do it. The hands just don't work that way. The back don't work that way. So I got to improvise. You're going to have your lighters. You're going to have your stick matches. You might even splurge a little bit, $4 or $5, and get you some waterproof matches and some weatherproof type matches. And you can get boxes, the big diamond boxes of matches at the Dollar Tree or the dollar store. Okay? Get you some of those. Get you something, or better yet, instead of spending money, learn how to filter water with what you have around your house. Okay? Filtering water is a time-consuming experience, to say the least. Now, you can go through my playlist, and I've got videos on some of these things almost all these things that we're talking about, okay? There's a lot of other channels as well that has this information. The key is, you don't want to spend more money than what you have to. That's where your skills come in, okay? Gardening is another thing. If you can do it, do it. I tried to garden this last year, and I didn't have shit. I'm telling you right now, the garden sucked big time. And I did everything I knew how to do organically, and even went out and bought some fertilizer for the soil, and nothing took. I mean, and if it did take, I might get a handful of whatever it was that was coming off of the plant. You know, very upsetting. But then again, you gotta look at where you're at. And you're gonna write all this stuff down in your book. You can stay focused. That's one of the things too about prepping. It's easy to get distracted because we're fluid all the time in little micro battles that they keep throwing at us. We are fighting the little micro battles on a daily basis. You pick your battles, but you have to win the war. See? Think about it. You got to think outside the box on some of this stuff. Recycle everything. Don't throw nothing away unless it's absolutely unusable for another purpose. Let's say you buy coffee and it comes in big tin can. This right here is the green bean can. Those cans have several uses. See, you don't have to go out and buy these little mini tin heaters when you can make your own. You see what I'm saying? To be a successful prepper, you have to think outside of the box. It becomes a lifestyle. Everything has to have more than one purpose. You can use your book, your journal, whatever, to write down certain foods that you might want to get or prep. Things like that. You see what I'm saying? Or you want to learn how to, let's say this next year, learn how to make a solar panel. Write that down in your book and write down the steps. You've got to keep it busy. You got to keep progressing. It's progress, baby, not perfection. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, ain't none of us, not one single person on this entire earth is prepared enough. Just saying. So yeah, prepping can become overwhelming, because once the salve is taken off of your eyes, the Vaseline's dug out, the rose-colored glasses are off, and you are allowed to discern the bullshit, you can get very panicked. I went through that. You know, it's a real thing. The anxiety, the worry, the stress, that's a very real thing. And so you have to find ways, excuse me, my voice is getting a little cleft. You have to find ways to de-stress. We all know that shit's happening. We see it, we feel it, we live it every day on different levels, all of us. Key is that you already know. So you ain't got to keep on watching stuff that causes you to freak out over and over again. Mainstream media can't do shit for me. And a suggestion for you is choose your battles, but win the war. Keep on prepping.